friends, it's Diane. No surprise, I'm a few minutes behind. I think this time of year we're all a few minutes behind constantly. I was secretly waiting to see if my son would be home yet. He's going to be coming in that door up the stairs, and you know my buddy Riley is going to be announcing his arrival. So had thought that perhaps I could get that done before going live, but I have a feeling we'll be interrupted. So thanks for your patience on that one. Here we go. What are we, 10 days away from Christmas or so? Pretty exciting. I know in our house we're not doing too badly. Christmas presents bought. Let's see, what else? Christmas presents bought, and Christmas baking supplies bought. So still have some baking to do. Most of the Christmas cards are out unless I get some and I hadn't remembered or something. And yeah, wrapping, that's always a last minute thing for me. That Christmas Eve afternoon is kind of when I tend to do mine. And the tree's up. No lights on it, no Christmas balls yet, but I'm working on that this week. But at least we got it up. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So like I said, it could get a little noisy as Riley awaits Craig's arrival home from being out, and so we'll just manage that as we go. So tonight's card for Mystery Card Monday was a design in a swap card I received from one of my team members, Holly. And I'm going to show you her card. It's the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, and I never bought that paper this year. So I'm glad it's coming back for next year because I will definitely use it. So these are those 8 strips of 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. Let me just double check that measurement. That's going from memory. 1/2 inch by 3 3/4 long, and then some kind of greeting in the middle, and whatever embellishments you want to do. It's pretty simple, and a great way to use up some of your leftover scraps. So I've got a few things ready. I'm not going to do all Christmas cards, some Christmas cards, but I'm trying to feature in the next couple of weeks some of the stamp sets that are retiring. I think today, though, is the last day to get it before Christmas, but that doesn't mean you can't get your order in and still get them before January 3rd, which is your last day to order from this catalog. So, got my card base for card number 1, and I've got here we go, although he's already upstairs, so it may not be too loud. And then we've got our layer that goes on top like that. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and then all of our strips. So I'm not going to stress myself over getting all these strips down perfectly evenly spaced apart. I'm going to do my best because that's the kind of time of year it really is. So we are getting along with our Christmas stuff. I'm marveling at my friend Tamara and her, hey Glenda, there you are. I caught me at the beginning. How nice. I'm a hot mess for Christmas. Oh gosh, doing renovations and not feeling good. Oh no, I know, but well, I think maybe the good thing is you may not have too many people over, Debbie, where you're living. We certainly aren't. So, you know, if it's a mess, it's a mess. And if no one's there to see the mess, it's not really chaos now, is it? You'll have to just sort of see how it goes. Good luck with that, because I've just gone through a little bathroom, a major bathroom reno myself, and it just can be harrowing, really. It's a little hard on the psyche. So I'm just trying to look at what way my strips are going to go here. And yeah, Glenda, thanks for being here. So I was starting to say that I'm marveling at my friend Tamara's, what's it called, Elf on the Shelf postings. That is the cutest thing. Like, it's not something that I was ever into because my kids were too young for that, or sorry, too old for that when it came out. Maybe thankfully, I don't know. But it seems like something the adults are having a blast with. So there you go. You got to have a lot of creativity and a lot of time to plan it out. All the cute little displays they're doing. He's going to become, Elf on the Shelf is going to be a little bit more than even Santa, I think. I think. All right, let's get, okay, Oh, we got to hold off on this guy because I put the glue on the wrong side. He's got to go on the other side of this card. So I'm starting with the Harvest Meadow, Nature's Harvest. I know I've said it before, wish Stampin' Up! Would have consistent names, but I know from the perspective of the warehouse, if they have everything, the stamp set, and the dies, and the DSP all named the same, it must be a nightmare for the pick list, and I get that. So it's called Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper. Yeah, never got into Elf on the Shelf either. Toilet in your living room. That sounds about right. I'm lucky you guys are going to your son's for Christmas Day. Woo-hoo! That is a lifesaver. Yeah, I know. Toilet's going to be in the strangest of places, right? We had ours in my son's room for a little while. He came home. He was out. He came home, and he doesn't have a very big room, but it's across from the bathroom. And I said, okay, dude, just be careful as you walk in because you're never going to guess what's sitting in your bedroom. Okay, so I got to focus on what I'm doing here. Let's flip this guy over. Is this a yellow one? So I guess I could have put these guys a little bit further apart. Know that for next card. So if you're like me and you get them a little too close together, never fear, you can just cut the end off your layer that you're putting your strips on and call it a day. And if you put ribbon around it, who's going to know anyway? I am going to have my daughter and son-in-law who live in Stratford, so that's about an hour away from me. They're going to come for Christmas Eve and overnight. And then I believe they'll be heading over to his parents, which is like an hour and a half from here, as they shoot by their place, to hang out for the rest of Christmas Day. Hard to be everywhere, I know. I remember the year Michelle was born, so she's 30 this year. The year my Michelle was born, she was 4 months old when Christmas came, and we were living in Kitchener, so we were about 25 minutes or so from Guelph, and we came to, actually I think we went to Burlington and Hamilton first to see other family, my side, but we went to my in-laws on Christmas Day for dinner, and as we're driving out of town, didn't we hit a deer? So anything can happen. We were all very lucky. It didn't cause a lot of damage, and we were safe, but it was scary, right? And I think I probably screamed and scared the poor little one who was actually asleep in the back seat when it happened. But we limped our way back home to Guelph, or back to the in-laws in Guelph, and then we were there for a couple of days as things got sorted out, and we managed. You do as you do, but no sense in putting yourselves unnecessarily on the road if you don't need to be. I don't use this die too often. I like it. It is from the Hippo ones, I think, Hippo and Friends. So this gradient's going to fit nicely on here, and I have some of the Art Floral ribbon, or from that suite, Fine Art ribbon. It's got a little bit of gold in it. I like it because it doesn't have too much gold in it, but it has a little bit of gold in it. So it gives a little bit of color, and it ties like a dream because it's soft. So when you don't need long tails on it, if you know what I mean, but you can tie it in a knot or a bow, and it stays put nicely. But you don't want really long tails on it because it is so flowy. But who needs that anyway? Okay. My bow there. So if you're like me and sometimes your knots or your bows don't stay in place, just grab a glue dot when you're done and pop it down underneath, and that will hold it right where you need it to be. That is exactly what I'm going to do. 9 minutes in, and I'm just finishing the first card. They do go quicker. They definitely do go quicker. There we go. Lovely. Now it's holding nicely in place. Much happier. Oh yeah, and so I also did the matching other die that goes with this. That's the same shape, and I'm going to layer those two together. This is a thank you card, but it's from Pretty Pumpkins. So it was very much a fall stamp set, but it has perfect thank you cards. So thankful for you. I mean, you can use that any time of year, right? I like this one with the pumpkins. It was quite pretty and made a lot of cards with it. All right, let's get this glued down and then pop up the one layer. And let's see, it's gold. I think we need to add some kind of gold embellishment. I'm going to have to wiggle my knot over a bit along with its glue dot to fit. So it's a little fit. There we go. So a little tip for you. I think I've shared this before, and maybe you already know it. But when I have ribbon down here and I go to put a greeting on, I put the greeting at the top. I put the dimensionals at the top and the bottom, but not in the middle, because I don't want it to sit on that ribbon and do this flippy floppy thing. So I tend to put my dimensionals where it'll land along the top or bottom. Just a little helpful tip from the guess what, Diane has done it the wrong way school of thinking. Because that's how we learn, right? I learn by doing. Sometimes I learn by doing right, and sometimes I learn by doing wrong. Okay, I'm going to use Gilded Gems. I was out of stock of them for the longest time, and so busy using so many other ones that I didn't, I wasn't like, oh, I've got to get them replaced. And now they're back in my stash, and I love these guys. They're just such perfect size and such gorgeous shine that I like them. So I'm not too concerned that I've got a little bit more on these edges because I kind of didn't lay my guys out too well. And then it's not exactly even all the way around. I'm totally fine with that. Whoever receives this card will be grateful to receive it, I'm quite certain, and is not going to go and critique it that way. And if they do, they probably won't get another card from me. So you know the same way. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to be overly critical of your own creations. They're you, and they're the way they are, and we go with it. All right, enough chatting. Let's get this card done. Okay, fabulous. Card 1, done, check. Next one. So now I'm using Welcoming Woods. Okay, story about this stamp set. Had to have it. One of the first ones I bought out of the mini. Didn't use it. So I'm cramming it in this week. Well, these next few weeks, I guess. I'm sure that I will use it. It's just if you're a demonstrator, you know how we are. We don't tend to use them. Don't tend to use them all, everything that we buy, because we buy so much. It's impossible. So this is a dark card base. It is rich razzleberry. So on the inside, I'm going to put a piece of berry vanilla, because the paper I'm using, I feel, goes best with berry vanilla. So I'll put that piece on the inside so that it's ready to go when I'm ready to write in it. Okay, so this time maybe I'll take a little bit more care to try to get my pieces of this designer series paper laid out a little better. I don't know, maybe it would help to put the two ends, like you're working with 8. That is a lot. So it's easy to kind of get off track. If I had my grid paper flipped over, that might help, right? Because that could help me line it up a little bit. So if you have grid paper, try that method. Maybe I'll flip mine over now that I've cleared the decks a little bit. I'm using some grid paper we had from the On Stage event, and it's not got the inches all the way around. So let's see if this will help line it up, because everything else is a little bit further away from me. Okie dokie. Go in here. It helps that I have these already cut out. Right? It goes a little bit better. So, let's see. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. What else is there to talk about? What did I get to this weekend? Not a lot other than shopping and running around and taking care of stuff. My daughter popped over on Saturday night to sleep. She was teaching in Cambridge, which is closer to my home than it is hers, for going back and forth the next day. And after working all week and being busy, she was kind of tired. So I got to spoil her by making supper for her. Doesn't happen too often, right? Gotta enjoy those moments. Because moms are moms no matter what. And so we had a little visit, and we played a board game that she and Kyle, her husband, had given me for Christmas. No, not Christmas. Well, we were trying to figure that out, whether it was my birthday in January or Christmas last year. I think it was my birthday. Anyway, it's called Mariposas, and as you can imagine, it was about butterflies. One of those strategic move your pieces and get victory points kind of game, board game. We got snow the past couple of nights. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Hi, Paulette. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we got a chance to crack open this game and play this Mariposas game. Now, I love butterflies, which is, I think, why they got it for me, because they knew I would enjoy doing something to do with butterflies. And it was kind of a neat game. You're wanting to regenerate, or you wanted to have new generations of your butterflies and have as many as you can to meet certain goals, to get all the way up from Mexico into North America, well, Canada really, and then back down again, and collect as many points as you can. And you're working against other people at the same time, taking turns. So it was fun. I think this will be a birthday card. Every season brings its own wonder. I wonder if that'll fit on here, because that's kind of nice. That works for a lot of different reasons in season changing. Let's see. Yeah, that fits perfectly. So I've got a stitched rectangle right here. Thank you all for being here. We always look out for new board games to play. Oh yeah, I mean there's the like standbys, right? The ones that we all play, and you know, Scrabble and Guess Who, and is it called Guess Who, or Who's That, or I forget what it is. And how old are they, Glenda? Because that really makes a difference, right? There's all the card games that you can play with them. We like getting small card games that are like just one game in a little box. It really helps to when you've got small spaces to deal with. We play one called Hanabi, and it's I'll try to explain it, but I can't do that while I'm crafting at the same time. But it's an easy card game, like easy for them to figure out. They would get it pretty quickly on what you're trying to do. I think it's the one that's where you've got, anybody else played Hanabi out there? Oh, 9 and 13. Oh, perfect. Definitely in for strategy games. Hanabi, I think it's the one where you're trying to guess. It's a bit of a cooperative game. We like those cooperative games too. I'll have to look some up and send them to you. But Exploding Kittens, we played that. It's not as bad as it sounds. And the other one is Sushi Go. Have you heard of that? That's kind of fun. You're dealt so many cards, and it's great with any odd number of people. It doesn't matter how many people are playing. And you deal the cards around, and you keep certain ones, and you play them during each round. But the ones you don't play, you pass your hand to the next person, and the next round they have to play. So yeah, Sushi Go is kind of a neat thing, and it's just about you're trying to make the best sushi meal, but it's just the theme of what you're working with. It has nothing really to do. You don't need to like sushi or subscribe to eating sushi to play it, but yeah, I just like how it doesn't matter how many people are there, that you can still pass the cards around. So, and it's a small box. It's not a big box. So that's another space saver one. What else? Oh, just for two, we played Patchwork. It's kind of hard to find. Certainly hard to find at a reasonable price. And it's like kind of like Snakes and Ladders as you're going around a board. Small, and you're trying to fill up your squares on your patchwork board. But it's only a two-player game. I suspect you could play it with teams, though, perhaps. That's possible. We've not done that. That's one we play a lot. And while it's not really the kind of thing you want to be thinking about today, we're big with our versions of the game Pandemic, which came out long before we were hit with COVID. So I just feel like it's kind of lost its luster for right now. But you're trying to save the world. A little too close to home right now. We're not ready to talk about it, but that's another game. What is the other one they play called Flashpoint, and you're like firefighters within. That does not need any more gold. You're firefighters within a building, and you're an emergency personnel, and you're trying to get out. But every time you turn cards, certain things happen. Like you might get a flash fire, shoot up. So that's kind of an interesting game too. Yeah, we play a lot of different games in our house. Some people like some, and some don't like them at all. Ticket to Ride is one of my favorite, and I play it online. I have a couple of versions online that I've bought, and it's very easy to figure out, but a lifetime to learn the strategy. And kids can easily play it. Ticket to Ride, and you either buy like Europe or North American map, and kind of branch out from there. And what you do is you have so many cards, and you're trying to lay down track. Go away, little task window. Trying to lay down track to be able to get all of your 45 train pieces and link city to city to get bonus points for the different cards. So like I said, it's not really difficult to figure out how to play it, but the strategy is another piece. The kids are so smart at the strategy. Oh, Riley, that's child number 2 coming in now. He barks at me too when I'm coming in. If I'm in the driveway, he barks at me when my car pulls up. Riley, it does not discriminate against anybody when it comes to the barking thing. What else are some of our favorite games? Another one that's good is called Splendor. And it is a game where you're collecting jewels to buy cards to get certain points. And so it's a bit of a race game in everyone taking their turn to see how many points you can get. That's a board game. Pretty easy. Again, easy to get how you play it, not so easy to figure out the strategy. I could probably tell you about millions. I used to go to boardroom cafes and play games, but it's not a thing we do much anymore. Although they're still open around us. Yes, good old Ontario got a few little scary things going on this past week and a bit. Last Friday with our reminders of closures coming up. And some areas where they're cutting back on number of people you can have visiting. So as the Omicron pours through. But we carry on. We plan to have our family of 5 at Christmas time hanging out together. Keeping Zoom on tap just in case. Okay, I must have cut this little guy a little bit too long. It's a little bit longer on the end. To give this a little... he doesn't need a haircut. He'll survive. Yeah, I prefer this pattern. Some of the patterns on this Heartwarming Hugs, I just love them. The dark green of Mossy Meadow and the light green of Pear Pizzazz just go together so nicely. Just a nice offsetting of colors. So I like this pattern for using up bits, because who doesn't have 1/2 inch and 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch pieces cast off from your 6 inch paper. Oh, that one's going to have to flip. That one's going to have to flip. This one can go in the middle. I'm doing surprisingly well since I'm talking and trying to line up small pieces of paper. There we go. Are you still out there with me? Watching or making your cards maybe? Hope so. Please do post them. Mystery Card Money is going to take a little bit of a change come the new year. I'm still going to be on. I'm probably going to be on a little later. I'm just trying to rejig my personal schedule to make that work. So 7 my time, 7 Eastern Standard. And I'm going to do more of a teaching time maybe than the mystery part. Just for a change it up, see who likes it, and we can always go back to whatever. Good to try new stuff and different stuff. I personally really prefer to do the sharing than the monologue. So, and I love what my friend Glenda does, and would love to be comfortable enough doing the same, where she has you come and, what's it called, Glenda, when people decide what you make, you give them choices. I watched it the other night, and it was awesome. She picks a bundle, tells you what you're going to be working with, what your options are, and then a paper, and you pick the layer colors and the embellishments, and it's all live, and that just seems like it'd be lots of fun. Oodles of fun. I thought I had put some adhesive on the back of this, but clearly I did not. So we'll be getting the liquid glue out and the silicone craft sheet so that when I put the liquid glue on, it doesn't get all over my workspace. Yes, or take Glenda out of her comfort zone. I like that. Collaboration night. There you go. Why was that so difficult for me to come up with? But that does seem like it would be kind of fun. Yeah, because I can just imagine, like, they had you going that night with all your different colors and all of that, and Glenda has so many people participating that she takes a vote on it, and yeah, it's quite the thing. It would be fun though, you know, to like be a part of what gets created that night. So I like that idea. I might even start with my team, because I think we're almost all demonstrators on this call tonight, and do a collaboration with my team, but not as long as that, because I mean I think they would lose interest quickly if we weren't moving along. But I might do it even as something with ahead of time or a quick poll or something. And then boom, that would be a fun thing to try out with them. Or catalog launch. Here's the new stuff. And just keep it simple. Keep a really simple layout, but like pick this, this, and this. That might be fun to do too. Okay, so this card has lots of pretty color, but it needs some pizzazz. Let's see. I think red rhinestones, it's too much red on it as it is. So we're going to go with our rhinestones. So part of being a demonstrator is you have what's known as an upline, or a person that you signed up under. And for some of us, your upline has left the organization. You've been in that long and they left, or maybe they left soon after they recruited you. And for some of us, your upline basically isn't, for whatever reason, isn't there anymore. So, sorry, I'm talking and gluing rhinestones at the same time. And so, there, that turned out nicely. I like that. We have a direct to Stampin' Up. When you have no upline, it's called direct to Stampin' Up. Oh, hey, Nikki, thanks for joining. Oh, you thought I was on Alberta time. Oh, gosh, sorry about that. Yeah, maybe I didn't put Eastern time in there either. Yes, I am in the middle of the country. Anyway, if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you have no upline, they do in Canada, we've been doing this, having something called a direct to Stampin' Up group, and every couple of months, our Canadian manager Dale, whom you probably all know, will do a direct team meeting, and we did an all attendee. So just like you go to your meeting, or if you are a leader, you run your own meetings. He does prize patrol, and we did an all attendee giveaway where everybody who was on the call got a sheet of rhinestones. So that's what I'm using up here, as mine came in this past week. It's so nice to be recognized and thought about that way. It's fun to go to a meeting someone else organizes, because, you know, as a leader, you're always the one doing all that stuff. And if you are a demonstrator and you haven't attended Super Saturday, there will hopefully be another one, or any of those events put on by Stampin' Up. Do attend, especially when they're free. They're fun. And you get to meet other demonstrators, and you can just tune out. You don't even have to put your camera on if you don't want to. Just hang out and listen and take in. Some people work away on their swap cards, or some class preparation while they're watching. Oops, there's the other half of the dog. And yeah, it's kind of nice to have these free events available to us. Get great ideas. So I thought that maybe I could get, oh yeah, I've got the little kitten on this one showing up. Maybe I better put this guy in here. Almost done. This is my 4th card with these strips, and I let Holly, my team member, know that I put this out there tonight because it was her card that started this idea. It was our swap card for November. We're not doing one in my team for December just because so much going on with people. I'm going to border this one with the same DSP on either end. No one will notice. Okay, and so yeah, I wanted to let her know that I was showing off her design. And I've only used 3 stamp sets. That's pretty darn good. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, Old Olive is the color for this card. Why did I pick Let It Snow? I don't think I want Let It Snow. No. Yeah, that'll work. It's just what fits on this little round piece here that I pre-die cut. It's not really a snowy card though, that's kind of weird. Good thing I cut another one. Let's see, what will we do instead? We need a different greeting, Diane. What have we got here? Well, as luck would have it, my stamp sets that are retiring are right here. So the sweet little stockings that goes with the DSP is right handy. So I think this is a better choice. Good thing I have an extra piece, and I have two-sided paper. I'll stick that one away and use it again. I'll use it on a different card. Where is the greeting that I want? Here it is. Peace, joy, and kisses. This guy going. With the coming, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow for a couple of days now. It doesn't look like that's happening. I will have to check the replays. I have to make dinner. Okay, well, thanks for popping in, but please, yeah, go ahead and drop in and watch the replay when you get a moment. Thanks, Nikki. Go on, take care of the fam. I understand that. So many years of when the kids were little, Monday nights were busy nights because we had scouting. So we had each kid going in a different direction and mommy and daddy going in different directions for scouting. And it was often mac and cheese or grilled cheese and tomato soup night. Something very quick and easy. Because I, in those years, worked out of town as well. So that made, you know, by the time you get home and pick kids up at the sitters or whatever was going on at the time. Yes, it was craziness. Okay, I don't have any ribbon. I don't have any of that pool party ribbon left. And I feel like the gold is not really going to cut it with this one. So let's just glue this down. I needed 4 more Christmas cards. I've got a few behind me, but I'm clearing off the shelves as well. And going to be getting ready to create with the new stuff. We have cadets on Tuesdays? Yeah, exactly. Quick and easy night. My daughter was in Navy League and then Sea Cadets. What about yours, Glenda? She did that, and she pretty much was in Sea Cadets till she was 18. Great program. Oh my goodness. They learned a lot. The boys were not as interested in going, but she certainly was. And you learn a lot from the leadership in that program, for sure. Just looking, oh, I have matte decorative dots to go with these. Yes, Sea Cadets. And hubby too. Oh, wow. Yay, it was your free night. I get you. I get you. I was the one who got into scouting, so that I was very busy with being a beaver leader and being the group commissioner, so not too much non-night times for me, but I enjoyed it. It was really good. It was good for my kids, and I enjoyed it for a time. But yeah, I can understand that when the kids would go away to scout camp with their dad, that was my free weekend, and kind of like that time to myself. Okay, I am done my 4 cards for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for hanging along with me. Oh, kids did Cubs and hubby too, and then to Sea Cadets instead of Scouts. Okay, that's cool. So this is the card that started it all. This is Holly's card with Painted Christmas, and it's on Evening Evergreen. So then my first one was with Harvest Meadow. These colors are so pretty. I really had trouble seeing the Calypso Coral and Bumblebee together, but I do like it. So there's a thank you card for a customer. And then I moved on to this Blackberry Beauty paper. I mean, it is gorgeous. I really, really love it. Every season brings its own wonder. like this one. And then a nice traditional, as I call them, Christmas card. Warm Christmas wishes, and I'll just try to move it so you can see the rhinestones glitter a little bit on there. So no ribbon on that one. And I feel like it needs something more, though. I might take my Wink of Stella pen and color over the warm Christmas wishes. And then the cute little pet one. It's really not pets. It's sweet little stockings. But that cat is so funny, the face on that cat. So peace, joy, and kisses. So super easy. There we go. Another night done. So thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. And I will be back tomorrow night with a Technique Tuesday idea to share, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. And if you're watching the replay, please leave me a note and leave a little comment so we know you were here. Thanks very much, folks. Have a good evening. Bye for now.